Good evening and welcome to the Town of Buxton Selectmen Meeting for July 3rd, 2024. Pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Approval of prior meeting minutes for June 26th.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor? 4 with 1 absent. Discussions held between 4 and 7. At 5 o'clock, Hollis Select Board came in and we talked about the, what does it see? No.
ACL.
The ACL.
The ACL, the dog and animal control officer. And Chief Collins was there, and we just talked, and they had some questions, and we tried to give them some answers. And after that meeting, we went into executive session at 6:05, came out at 6:20, 1 MRSA 4056A on personnel. And then the rest of the time, we were just talking with, amongst ourselves. Projects and issues, Frank.
Not a lot for me this week. I was in the office a little bit. I did attend the swearing in of Officer Donahue. He was promoted to sergeant, and Kevin Cashman was the newly appointed MDA agent for the town of Buxton. And I attended the swearing in for those two officers. That's it.
Mark?
Yeah, so I did speak with the treasurer this week on the question that was asked last week about the transfer station. If somebody gives a $5 ticket that we're selling and it's $3, the $2, what happens to that? We will be reimbursing the town. I know that he was going to speak to Greg to get clarity. He was out and I wasn't able to reach back out with him, but we had kind of the conclusion that we would give Greg some tickets and return the public the money that they did not spend. But we'll wait to get further clarity with that when Greg gets back in. Also spoke to a resident this week about a decision of the appeals board that she didn't agree with. And so as things go on, I mean, I could be indifferent, but, you know, we have 80% of our land is 5-acre minimums. This resident had about 9 acres, and she'd like to split a lot off and sell it, and she's unable to do so because it's 5 acres, or it's 200,000 square feet to be exact, and she doesn't have enough. So, you know, again, that's nothing to do with the select board. That's more of a planning board type of issue. The planning board feels like they want to reduce lot sizes. They can do that. But at this point here, that is our zoning, and that is what is required, is the 200,000 square feet. I was going to talk to Patty on that a little bit more, just to get a little more clarity, but she didn't agree with the appeals board, but we don't have authority over the appeals board. They're an elected board, just like the planning board is an elected board. They are the ones that can make the choices, and we don't have any influence over that. So that was basically the conversation that I had with her, and that was pretty much my week.
Chad?
Yes, so not a lot, really, for the most part. I did get a phone call from an elderly resident in town that was getting out of rehab. They were in need of a ramp to enter their home, and they were in the tough situation when they only had a few more days in the facility before they had to be home and try to get a ramp. I used Ellen Dakotas' organization, Aging in Buxton. I contacted her and I was super impressed. She got right on the telephone and had a crew somewhat ready to at least go over and take a look at the situation and everything. As it turns out, this person ended up having a family member that took care of it. But it's a great opportunity. It's a great resource out there to use. But I was glad that the person felt comfortable enough to call and tried to steer them in the right direction. So.
Yeah, I talked to the fire chief a little bit this week, and Greg at transfer station. Things seem to be going fairly smooth with the new transactions, the way that people can do them. There weren't really too many complaints, so it sounded like they're working through any little bugs. No old business. New business, the town offices will be closed July 4th and July 5th in observance of Independence Day. Brookfield will be conducting a drawdown study at the Barn Mills Dam July 8th. And I read that it's going to take like 4 or 5 days for it to get drawn down, and then they'll be able to do their studies.
I think this would be, can I just make a comment?
Yeah.
I think this would be a good time for anybody that lives along the upper part of the Saco River, especially residents that have properties on the Saco River, to bring forward any concerns that they may see while the drawdown is happening. Those will be important for us to bring up to Brookfield. So if anybody lives along the river or is close by the river and you see any types of issues that you feel are concerning, I think presenting it to the board would be really important at this time to let Brookfield know these are the issues that are happening, but just want to put that out there.
Executive orders, Executive Order 242-500-7001, an order to sell the 2001 Sparta fire truck to the town of Leamington for $16,000.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? 4 with 1 absent. And we did put that out to bid, and we did not get any bids for it. So this was the next avenue, and Leamington can use it, and good luck to them. Executive Order 242-500-7002, in order to accept grants in the amount of $8,798 for the toy box, Buxton toy box, $2,235 for the West Buxton Library, $1,000 for Berry Memorial Library from the Narragansett No. 1 Foundation.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? 4 with 1 absent. No executive orders by initiative. Accounts payable and payroll warrant. Executive Order 242-500-7003, in order to approve expenditures as documented in Accounts Payable Warrant 105.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? That's 4 with 1 absent, and that amount is $211,482.34. Executive Order 242-500-7004, in order approving expenditures as documented in Payroll Warrant 1.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? 4 with 1 absent, and that amount is $103,834.09. Executive Order 242-500-7005, in order approving expenditures as documented in Accounts Payable Warrant Number 2.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? That's 4 with 1 absent. And that amount is $1,008,746.05. And of that, $850,000 is the payment for the school. Next meeting of the boards. The next meeting of the Select Board will be Wednesday, July 10th, 2024 at 7 o'clock. Next Planning Board meeting will be held Monday, July 8th at 7 o'clock. Other business. Seeing none, we'll take public questions or comments.
Dave Hyman, Buxton. Thank you for looking into that thing for the transfer station. I know people have asked me numerous times what they were gonna do. I had asked them, they said they weren't gonna, so that's why I brought it up. Just out of curiosity, one of the articles that you just went over, voting to accept grants, isn't that done on at the annual town meeting? It allows the selectmen, as an article.
I think you're right. There is a thing in there that we can accept and dispose of resources. Not quite sure why it's in there today.
I was just curious. I thought they did it, usually it's one of the last articles in the town report, so. Closing Friday for town hall, and I take it transfer station, public works, and everything. How does that affect the budgets? If they're not, I mean, it's not usually a holiday.
Employees are either using vacation days or vacation days, right?
Vacation.
Or
earned-
paid time
Paid
off.
leave.
So it's already in the budget for their vacation days.
Okay, so they either have to use vacation time or,
Right,
Paid
or take no pay. And the transfer station
It's closed on Friday.
is closed on Friday anyways, and they will be working. That's what Greg said when I talked to him today.
okay.
So
So just
Public
curious, because it
Works-
wasn't, the way it was put out, it was, they were closing and, didn't say anything about them using paid time off. So the other departments, Public Works, that's the same way, they either use vacation time or,
Yes,
and the fire department, police department, they're just getting regular,
it's a normal day
They
for
get the
them.
holiday pay for the 4th, but not the 5th.
yeah, that's what I mean, I'm talking the 5th. Okay, thank you.
Anybody else? There was no executive sessions after this. Call for adjournment
So moved.
at 7:15. All in favor? 4 with 1 absent. Have a very safe 4th of July, and we'll talk to you next week.